No, I thought Everton. I'm not sure. They disappointed last night when we needed to see what they were made of. Really.
I think Chelsea are a difficult side to play against. I think Tuchel is a different manager to call because I think he changes things around, and I think they're in a good vein of thinking about how they're going to play against the opposition. He's a very strategic manager.
You like him?
I do. I like the way he speaks. I like a manager that owns his space. I like someone that sits there and says, I'm not looking for any cover. I am the cover. I'm the solution. I may well be the problem, but I'm also the solution in the longer game. And I think he's very definite. And I think anyone that walks through the door and lays out their plans and lays out the expectations and understands the landscape and doesn't care about political correctness and who gets picked and who plays and how it should be this and how it should be that. I think he will be a very, very good manager in this division and will create a challenge for the others around him.
Yeah.
And Chelsea will continue to build from this point. Everton are still a work in progress. I've had my reservations about Ancelotti, and people were very judgmental of the fact that I felt that there was a question in my mind about why he was going to Everton at this stage in his career and so on and so forth. He's building a better Everton side, but there's still a gap. There's still a gap.
Yeah.
And that gap has to be filled perhaps with slightly better players, and perhaps in games like this a little bit more confidence and belief. I don't know if it's ambition. I think sometimes you just realise where you are in the great scheme of things on the food chain. Chelsea are better at this moment in time than Everton.
But I wonder, Evertonians want to know, Simon, how long should we let this gap remain? Because they've been trying to close that gap.
Well, I don't think anyone's.
Enough,
one thing you can't levy any accusations at Mashiria is that he's trying to allow a gap. He has spent quite significant amounts of money in trying to build this football club. They have a lot in their future that will be bright in terms of the stadium planning has now been granted. They'll move up through the gears to build a stadium in the next 2 to 3 years, maybe I think it's 3 or 4 years it takes to build this stadium.
Yeah.
And then they've got a purpose-built stadium to meet and harness the ambitions of the owner. They've got on paper an elite manager that's doing things with them. They're building, they're going through the gears. I don't think it'll be long. I like Everton as a football club. I like them because of my relationship with Bill Kenwright. I like them because of their brand of football over the years at times. And I like them because of their heritage. But that doesn't necessarily mean that Everton are going to... It's a hard chase. You've got clubs like Manchester United that I regularly observe on because of the stature of Man United that are chasing the Man Cities of the world. You've got Liverpool that at one point last year was setting the standard and now are falling off it a little bit for a variety of reasons that we can't get clarity on, besides players not being fit or available for selection. And all of those are a backdrop. But I think there's more right about Everton than there is wrong. But obviously last night's performance wasn't something that you look back and go, well, that's symptomatic of a team that's going to punch its way into the top 4.
Exactly.
But I don't think Ancelotti thinks he's there anyway.